Hello guys, and here we are at the Jeanneau 795, and today I have a special topic, and it's really important, and it's safety important as well. I've noticed that there is no smoke detectors, there's no CO alarms, carbon monoxide alarms anywhere inside the cabin or inside the pilot house side. Now that is something really important. Even if you don't have a generator, you still have an engine back there that is producing carbon monoxide. So what happens if you have a trailing wind or wind that comes forward into the cabin, and you're in here and you get this buildup of carbon monoxide inside the front berth or the side where the kitchenette and the galley and so on and so forth is at. So I think that's something really important that this boat should have from factory. This area is enclosed, especially if you have your AC on. You're gonna have all your windows closed, and once you open the sliding glass door, you can let in carbon monoxide inside this section here. Now I don't know if they put carbon monoxide alarms on this boat, because I don't see them anywhere. And if they did, they really did a good job hiding them, because I don't see them anywhere. So today I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to make this boat safe from carbon monoxide. And I have a dual alarm that has carbon monoxide sensor and smoke sensor. So stay tuned, and here we go. Okay, so as you see here, we have the AC ventilation there, AC controls, speaker, and nothing else. We have these two little air vents that come from outside, marine radio, and the speaker on this side. There's nothing else for a CO alarm. There's nothing else. There is a notification there explaining what it does, but that's it. And then inside here, inside the V-berth, there's the AC entrance there. There's an outlet. This is the access to the wipers, windshield wipers, a light, and we have a TV here, nothing behind it, nothing over there, and there's no alarm anywhere to be found. So we're gonna have to do our own thing here and put our own alarms for the safety of our guests and us as well. As we stay overnight, there's a possibility that anything could go wrong with carbon monoxide. So here you go. All right, so here is what I bought on Amazon, and there will be a link in the description of this video below there. And this, what I like about this, it gives us the combination of carbon monoxide alarm and smoke detector all in one. The best thing about this is that this battery lasts up to 10 years. 10 years. Now these things here, because of the sensor and all these things, they recommend that you change them between 4 to 5 years, maybe 6 years. I've had some in my old boat that are more than 10 years old, and they still work properly, because when we had the alarm go off because of carbon monoxide, it has worked, and that's over 10 years. So they last pretty long, but they recommend to change them every 5 to 6 years, 4, 5, 6 years, somewhere in that range. This one here has a battery for 10 years. So the good thing about this one is that not only the battery lasts 10 years, but you have a button in the center here that you can press and test the alarm once in a while. Now that doesn't mean that the sensor is being tested. It just means that the battery is being tested, and it'll go off when you press that button there in the middle. But the best thing to do is just to be safe, and every 5, 6 years or 7, whenever you feel comfortable, change them out and just put new ones in there. Even though the battery lasts 10 years, it's probably a good idea to just double check and make sure everything is working unless you could have a source of carbon monoxide somewhere and then see if it goes off. But risky thing to do. But anyway, we're gonna have these installed here at the Jeanneau, and stay tuned for that installation right now. We're gonna go ahead and open it up and see what we have inside. And there's two of them. For the price that I got these two, I think they're really inexpensive, and they come out to be like $24 each one of these alarms. And this is it right here. And on the back it has this little cover right here that you can either use screws to screw them in the wall, or it also comes with a little adhesive tape right there that you can stick behind here and stick it to the wall without having to do any types of holes or anything. I don't know which route I'm going to go. I like to have the tape better, so that way we have no holes that we're going to do in any walls. I like that better, so I'm going to try that first, and if it works out, then we will use this instead of the screws. So let's see about that. And we have a second one that comes with the kit. Same exact one. And what I liked about this is they're not so thick. They're really thin. And you can see the palm of my hand there. It's about the size of a palm of a hand, and a little bit more than my finger. It's not really that thick, so they're not really intrusive. You know, wherever you put it, it'll probably look nice. All right, that's the second one. And of course we get another one of these adhesive to mount them. Now if you want to use screws, it does come with some screws here if you want to use them. They have some little anchors, but this is more like for drywall or something like that. Here in the boat you're not going to find drywall, so we're not going to use those. It also comes with instruction booklet. Shows you everything you need to know about this item and where and how to install it, and how to access the buttons here, how to activate it and deactivate it. You can also turn them off when you don't use them, but I don't recommend that, because since you have a 10-year battery, it's probably better to just leave it on. And because what if you turn it off and then you come one day to the boat and there's carbon monoxide in the alarm, it's going to be off, and maybe you forget to turn it on. So we just leave it on all the time. 10-year battery, why not? So in here we have another set of screws for the second alarm, and that's it. Everything is compact and ready to go. And here, I'm glad this came off here now, because this is the little cover right behind here, and this is the part that you would screw. If you need to use the screw, you have a little opening there that you can use these screws to screw it into the wall. And then once you screw it in the wall, you just put this on there until it clicks in place, and then you just turn it and it stays in place. That's all you have to do. So you just turn it the other way and it comes off. There is a lot of conflicting information out on the internet of where to install these things at, and some people say up in the roof, on the ceiling. Instructions here also says the ceiling. Some other says you should install it at the height of your head height, and some people say a little lower. And there's really no telling who is right and wrong. I'm not a scientist in carbon monoxide, so I don't know either. But I've checked around, and this is all I found. I found that keeping it at head height is probably the best, because if the carbon monoxide is coming in the direction that we're breathing, the alarm will pick it up before it's harmful to you. Now some people say that carbon monoxide is lighter than air. It may be the truth. It goes upward, so it floats up a little higher, and it may be at head height or to the ceiling. So that's why the alarm here on the instruction says ceiling. So it's really difficult to say where to properly install it. I've seen people install them on the wall, some on the ceiling, and they say, well, that they installed them wrong. And a lot of people come with the knowledge, and some have knowledge, some don't. Maybe they've seen it somewhere a different way, and they all have a different opinion. So there's really no saying and no telling exactly what is the perfect place to really install these things, other than the instructions you have here and some of the reports that I've seen online that says exactly the same thing. One of the things is not to put it near an open window, not to put it near a ventilation vent. You have to be far away from those, and they do have distance here on the instructions that you should be away from any source of like air, fresh air, a fan, or a ventilation from AC or anything like that. These things should not be placed in front of an AC ventilation, because then it defeats the purpose. The vent is going to push all that air away from the alarm from getting the CO alarm to go off. So what we're going to do here in the Jeanneau, there's really limited space in this area here. So we're going to try to do the best we can. Maybe not too low, maybe not too high. I don't know. Maybe I would have to put it on the ceiling. We just have to see what's the best location for it. Inside the V-berth, there we have more options. We have options to have it at head level, since we're going to be lying down sleeping in there. Head level is easy as the area as you lay down on the bed. That will be the head level in there. But then again, there's no true way to find out which is the best location. So what I take is head level, maybe not too high, not too low, and that's where I'm going to set it up. I may have to put it on the ceiling in one of the areas, because limited space to be able to put it on or stick it on somewhere. So we'll see how we do that. But I just wanted to make a note that if you go online, you're going to hear one story, you're going to go hear another story, and then they conflict each other, and you really don't know where to put it at. So it makes it really difficult. What we need is a scientist out there that knows about this, really explain it for a boat and explain it for a house, because boat and house, different things. So we'll see. Okay, so let's see here. There is a space right there that it may fit, but we have a ventilation right here from the AC, which is going to blow all the air away from there. So we can't put it near there. So I believe probably nowhere in that section there, because this will be blowing air all the time there, and air probably goes around, goes into there, or maybe around here. And let me see this side. See, this side has a good space right there, and there is no ventilation other than of course the door. And if there's an entry of carbon monoxide, that's probably be the right entrance right here. This will be open all the time we're using it. So I don't know if that one there may be hidden back there. I don't know. Up here, I may want to put a TV here in the future, so I may not want to put it there. And down here, this is too small of a space to put it on there, as you can see. I mean, even though it fits okay with the little adhesive pad. What else? I mean, up here, it may be okay if we put it here. We just gotta see where we can put it. Maybe here. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this one here, because if carbon monoxide does come in here, and some of the reports says that it's lighter than air, it will tend to go upward in here somewhere. Now we can't put it on top here because we have our sunroof, and back here we have our light, but we have a space here that we can put it on, but that'll be up high again. So it's really difficult to find the proper way and height to install this. This is going to be a difficult one. So now inside the V-berth, it's a different story. Here, most of the time you'll either be sitting in here or lying down, sleeping in here. So head level would be anywhere in that section there. So I have that shelf there that we can install it on. We also have the same thing on the other side. We have a space up there. So I'm thinking maybe installing it. Yeah, for me, the other thing is I'm really picky for visual stuff. So if it's going to be a sore thumb in my visual, I don't like to put it in there. But of course, we first have to think about safety. So I have to really go around and see what's the best location for me and for the safety of everyone in the boat. All right, so once you picked where you want to install your alarm, what you do to turn it on and activate it is you press and hold down the center until you hear a click. Hold it down until you see a red light turn on. And there we go. So you press and hold it. It's going to take at least 10 seconds or more. You press and hold until you hear that beep and the little red LED turns on in there, and it turns back off again. So now it's ready to go. If you want to test it, all you have to do is press it down and hold it. It's about 3 seconds. There we go. That's how it sounds. Okay, reset. Now it's reset and it's ready to go. So now I guess that's a confirmation beep. All right, so we're all set. This one's turned on and ready to be hanged up at your chosen location. All right, so finally I have chosen the 2 locations that I'm going to install the CO alarm. And since it says on the ceiling, because it goes upward and then it goes horizontal against the ceiling, I want to put the first entry point, which is our door right here, and we're going to put the first one right here in the center line with this light fixture right here. That'll be our first ones because the entrance is right here, and that'll be the first one right in this section here. The second one I'm going to put over here in the V-berth area in this section here. So I'm going to put it like right here, and that happens to be head level, head height. And I'm thinking of either up here or a little bit lower to be closer to the head level of when we're sleeping. So I'm just determining where in this section here where we're going to put this one out. So if I'm standing here, it's about head level. I mean, it's about a little bit lower than my shin, but when I'm standing up here, but we're mostly going to be sitting down or sleeping in that area there, and this is where it'll be at. Now I'm thinking maybe here, which is midway from head level and lying down. I think this would be probably the most proper one around here. So I'll see that in a few seconds. But these are the 2 locations, one here and the other one right here in the center. Okay, so here what we're gonna do is gonna get a little water, wet this little towel a little bit so we can clean the surface before we install the adhesive pad. This should work. And we take the wet one and then a dry one to dry it up. Okay, now it's clean, ready for the installation. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here. Little humid, run it around there lightly, and then the dry one, and run it around there lightly as well until you dry it all up again. Now it's nice and smooth, and dry. So we're ready to install the pad here. Let me just put this down a second. Take off one of this side. We're going to center it in the middle. Be careful when you put it down, because if it sticks, it's pretty difficult to take off. Alright, so we have it more or less in the center. And of course, if it goes off, you just hold it down. There you go, reset. What I did is when I was pushing down on this tape here, I pressed it against the table, and it went off because it went into test mode. Once it goes off on test mode, what you do is you press it and hold it down for a few more seconds until you get a confirmation, and then you get a second confirmation saying everything is reset again. So it's still on right now, and now we're ready to do this part here. So I like to press it in as much as we can all the way around, and then we're ready to install up there now. Okay, so we're going to take off the back side of the tape. I'm going to go ahead and center it and stick it in place. Yep, of course it will. There you go. When the alarm goes off, all you have to do is just press it, hold it down, and you get a second confirmation, meaning you're back online again. So that's the first one installed. We're going to do the second one. So what I recommend is when you install them, don't activate it until you're done. But it's a good thing to activate it anyway, because this way you know they're working before you even install them up there. But so that's what I did. So basically we're ready to go install the second one now. All right, so our second location is going to be on this wall here, and I just decided to have it halfway between sleeping and standing up. So I'm going to put it like in the middle of that and that little hinge there. So I'm going to put it right in the center right there. That way it won't be too low or too high. Since we have that one over there all the way above there, now we have one secondary a little bit lower in case that top one misses it. This one should pick it up. So we're going to go ahead and clean the surface with a lightly wet towel. It's a paper towel. Clean it there, and then use a dry one to dry it up fast. Okay, nice and smooth. All right, the next thing we're going to do is install the adhesive pad behind here, and this one is not turned on, so we could press down on this one. And we're going to go ahead and set it in the center again. This one we could press down because it's not turned on, so nothing's going to go off. Press it well in place, and then you take off the backing. Alright, and now we're ready to install on the wall. You look at the name of the brand right there, and you're going to put it straight level on the wall. The name level between the two hinges, and that looks pretty level to me. I'm going to go ahead and press against the wall there, and there we go. Press in. This one's not going to go off because I haven't turned it on. And to take it off, you just turn it and it comes off, and then you just put it back on and clip it back in place again. All right, so here we go, and I'm going to go ahead and start this one up. We're gonna hold it down 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, it's activated, so it's on right now, but you want to make sure and test it. So let's hold it down until it starts. There it is. Really loud. All right, hold it down. Confirmation, one more. And there it is. Now it's set, it's on standby, ready to accept anything or any smoke or any carbon monoxide, and the alarm should go off. And it's really loud. And this one here as well, this one's good to go. We're all installed, and finally we now have an alarm here that can protect us from harm from carbon monoxide and or of smoke. If a fire goes off and there's smoke, that'll go off as well. So that's a good thing to have on the boat, especially on the boat, more than in a house. But because here we do have the carbon monoxide issue with the engine, and even the barbecue, even though it's outside there, but you could accumulate stuff in here. Good thing we have an electric stove, so we don't have that problem to cook in here. But the main thing is to have that alarm in your boat. You need to have that alarm. And if you don't have it on your Jeanneau, get it done. Put something in there. There'll be a link on the description of this video for the ones that I've used here. And so far they're working properly, they're working perfect, and they're really, really loud. So if that goes off, it's going to sound off, you're going to hear it. So thank you so much for watching the video, people. Your support, greatly appreciated. And if you like this video, don't forget to splash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can click down there and subscribe today, and you'll help us grow our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and peace from the Keys.